Hello, hello, hello. We are back for MLS Fantasy Outlook Week 11. We had a big double game week last week. Everyone in the top 16 scored over 100, so I love the competitiveness. Chris Dustin scored 151, and that was not enough to propel him over Cody Weber. At first, I'm stumbling everywhere today. Third place, 130 points, Chad Arnett. Fourth place, Jose Holiday, 121. Fifth place, Stevie B, 135. And then we'll go down to the honorable mentions. I am at 8 with 122 last week, and I had a gray arrow, which is what it is. But I hopped Christopher Whalen, who dropped to ninth place with 114. Sean Gerd from City Soccer Talk has a green arrow, 116 and 12th. Derek, the show host, has a red arrow with 117 and is in 15th. My friend Aaron from New England Revs Rumors, 111, got a gray arrow in 18th after stumbling out of the gates. Let's keep going down. Josh Spivey in 21 with a green arrow, 132. That is Wes got a red arrow this week, back down to 36 after he had a bunch of green arrows all in a pile. So that is what it is. My fantasy team did decent. This was my high score of the year. I captained Sapong, might have not been the best bet, but not the worst either. Was just trying to do something different. Anyway, Derek, all you from here out.
Well, I mean, like Sam said, I ended up on 117 points this week. Unfortunately, the OC Lions Fan TV League was the only league I got a red arrow in. Everything else I had green arrows. So, as long as I'm moving up the overall boards, I'm fine with that. Yeah, 117 points with a -4. Forgot who I took the -4 for. I don't know. But, it definitely could have gone better. I mean, Fraser Aird was terrible. He got 0. I was thinking about transferring him out for Rosenberry, who got like 14 points last week. But Fraser Aird, I'm going to transfer you out anyway because he got red carded last game. Jackass. 0 points for him. And then Maxi Arruti, drop him. If you have Maxi Arruti, I don't care what you have to do. Get a -4, do whatever, get him off your team because he is terrible right now. And I don't know what the hell he's doing, honestly. But I ended up captaining Mauro Diaz. Ended up with 38 points. They actually took a couple points away from him. Don't know why, but still, 38 points from your captain is nothing to be scoffed at. I was actually very happy with this week. It was the highest score I've had in a while, honestly. I mean, other than that, Jermaine Jones struggled a little bit. It could have been better, but I'm looking around. You guys getting like 130s, 150s. And I'm like, I am so jealous of y'all right now. So, that was a good week for a lot of y'all. And it was a good week for fantasy because, players like Kakuta Mane actually showed up for Vancouver. Who thought he would have scored 20 points? And the leading MLS fantasy score, the number one ranked team for this week, Captain Pedro Morales. Who the hell captains Pedro Morales?
Who has Pedro Morales on their team still?
Exactly. I mean, he's playing like a central defender. Why the hell are you going to captain him? Oh, yeah, no, he scores 21 points. He was actually the highest scorer in MLS fantasy. Whatever. That's why you got to love this game sometimes. Moving on to week 11. 14 double game week. Chicago again. New York City SC, New York Red Bulls, and Toronto SC. Your transfers will end Wednesday at 7 o'clock for Toronto, New York City. Just going to have a lot of fireworks. I'm excited for that game. My top ads for this week are actually going to be the New York City SC players. They're playing really well right now, unfortunately, for us. But, for your fantasy team, that's a very good thing. And they're also the only of the 4 teams this week that actually play in week 13, that big bye week for like Copa and Euros and all that. Yeah, they're the only team that actually plays in the week 13. So if you don't have your wild card, I would lean more towards New York City SC players. If you do have your wild card, feel free to add whoever you want because you can always use your wild card in week 13. That being said, I why isn't Jovinko on your team? He has 2 home games against Columbus and New York City FC. We could be talking about 30 points for Jovinko without the armband. He has just been that good.
We need 20 this week without a double game week.
Exactly. We could be talking about like one of the best week performances in MLS fantasy this week, like in MLS fantasy history. But other than that, we're just going to go through the options real quick. For Chicago, I already have Matt Lampson. Not expecting a lot of clean sheets from him, but I got 9 points from a keeper who gave up 3 goals last week. Not bad. Jonathan Campbell is always a great option. I think he's like 5.4 right now, somewhere around
5.3.
5.3 still. That's a really good option to have on your team. Just know they got that week 13 bye. David Accam, I don't know if he's back yet. I think I saw something earlier that he may not play on Wednesday, which means just about any attacking option is useless for Chicago. Going to the Red Bulls, I mean, they only seem to play well against us for whatever reason, because they went to DC United on Friday and looked like a complete dumpster fire.
Terrible performance.
Yeah, like they actually, I can't say we played better than them. Both played like shit. Both New York and Orlando both played like shit. Really, the only player I'm considering adding from that team is Sasha Kljestan, because his scores have not been bad the last few weeks. It's like a 4, a 10, a 15, and 11. So not some bad scores there. They are home against Chicago and away at New York City. So those are 2 decent fixtures. I'm looking at maybe a 15-point a week for Kljestan.
And in a way, at New York City, I mean, yeah, it's away because they got to play in the funny stadium, but he's still sleeping in his bed. They're not really traveling.
Yeah, it's like technically 2 home games. So,
close to 2, yeah.
If you really want to treat it as 2 home games for a DGW, you can.
Let's call it a home game and a half.
Yeah, we'll go with that. 1.5 home games in the double game week for Kljestan. But he's like the only player I'm considering adding. Gonzalo Verona's back. That's a good thing for them, but he is working himself back from yet another injury. So I'm not adding him this week. And just about anyone else in that team is almost fantasy useless because they look like crap. I mean, I'm just not sure what to say about the Red Bulls. They only play well against us. Damn. New York City FC. I actually like a lot of players from this team. Jason Hernandez. I saw someone on Twitter. Part stripper, part defender. Yeah, no, plays defense with his shirt off. I don't know what the hell happened the other day, but he's playing defense without a jersey. Either way, he might actually be a decent option this week, especially with 2 home games. I mean, shit. One home game and playing Toronto.
6.6 is a decent price.
Yeah, especially for a starting center back. I mean, you can go Brillant, but he's way more expensive and useless. I still have Ronald Matarrita. I got to check the Copa America rosters because he was on the preliminary 40-man roster for Costa Rica. But, when he's playing, he's a great player. Gets you those attacking bonuses, gets you a couple defensive bonuses. He's like, I love having him on my team. He's only 7'6". I mean, a little more expensive than I like, but still, you get points. Player I really like this week, and hopefully Frank Lampard is not playing, so this guy can actually play. Tommy McNamara. Yeah, I told people on their last double game weeks, don't pick him up because he wasn't playing well. He's playing well again. If you saw him last night, he has this weird flair for the just amazing goals, and he did another one last night for their winner. So he's like 7'6", somewhere around there.
7'4".
He's a rather cheap midfielder. He's a really cheap midfielder, a starting role on a high attacking team. Why not? Honestly, I mean, I'm probably
8 points last week, 7 points the week before, 14 points in the double game week in week 8.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably going to put him in for Jermaine Jones this week because Jones is probably going to Copa. So I like that McNamara ad. And let's look at the New York has actually a bunch of home games coming up, which is a really good thing for like half their team. They're away at Toronto, home against the Red Bulls, home against us, home against RSL, home against Philadelphia. Their
Yeah.
their next away game is June 25th.
Yep.
Why not? Why not pick up some New York City FC players, take advantage of the home games while they're actually playing well? Let's see, who else do I like on that team? RJ Allen has suddenly become a weird assist fantasy option, but someone's gonna have RJ Allen this week, and he's gonna be that one player that I'm gonna look at, and be like, no, you shouldn't add him because he's not a fantasy option, and he's gonna end up scoring 15 points this week. Just watch that happen because I know it is. It always happens. It happened with Kakuta Mane this week, and then you got David Villa who scored his 8th goal of the year last night. Hey, if he's scoring, I'm probably going to put him in for Drogba just so I can have that extra game. But B is on fire right now. What? Go ahead. Just click the transfer in button. You won't regret it. And then lastly, we got Toronto. Obviously you got that guy wearing number 10, that little short Italian dude. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
just give him the armband already. Just do it.
I just did that because I have it up right in front of me.
You're making a huge mistake by not captaining Giovinco this week. You got to take advantage of the double home games. And speaking of that, you got Drew Moore, you got Clint Irwin, you got Steven Beitashour. Even Michael Bradley's been putting up some decent numbers this year. Thing with Michael Bradley, he's not going to kill you with like the 2-point games, but he's not going to get like 11, 12, 13. He's more like 5 to 8, which isn't bad, but it's still a decent point total. I mean, I'd expect more from a guy who's priced like he is. Trying to think if there's anyone else. Oh, good news. Josie Altidore, messed up his hamstring again. Yeah, that's always a good thing for Giovinco. Josie Altidore's freaking useless. In fantasy and in MLS. But, other than that, for like single game week options, I'm looking at Philadelphia players because they got a double game week next week. They play in week 13. They got a double game week in 15.
15.
And they're a good team. I mean, why not add a Keegan Rosenberry or a CJ Sapong? Go for it.
I've had Spong for about 5 weeks right now.
Yeah, I mean, he has been a good ad. Scored at Montreal.
Scored last week.
Yeah, I mean, he's scoring goals. And his price tag, why not go for that?
8.3.
So,
But that double game week in 12 next week is against us. They come here Wednesday night, so
dude, our defense is shit. I'd play him against us.
I don't even want to go there. But let's move on anyway. Single game week options. Because we'll both get ranting about how terrible our defense is, and then this will be like a 2-hour video.
Yeah, we're fucking terrible.
So you're at Philly and DC.
I like SKC this week. Benny Feilhaber, mostly. Because unfortunately we had to watch that yesterday.
Yep.
I like Diego Valeri this week as a single game week option.
Okay.
Against Vancouver, I like Audi. I like a lot of Portland players, even though they look like shit. Valeri's always a good option.
You gotta love the Galaxy players too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anyone in like their attacking 6 players needs to be like Robbie Keane, Dos Santos, and how is Leggett not starting on this team?
I don't know. And they play week 13 too.
Yeah, so just beware about Copa and Euros because I know that Dos Santos and Robbie Keane are both on preliminary rosters. So that's something just to be aware of. Yeah, then I mean I don't see much in the way of options because like a lot of the good options on good teams are on the road. Mauro Diaz is on the road. I mean he's not a bad option. New England's defense is worse than ours. So
Which is tough.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I got for single game week options. Just beware if you have your wild card, feel free to pick up all the players from all the teams, and you can use your wild card in week 13 or whatever you gotta do. If you don't have your wild card, you need to be very careful because the week 13 bye week teams: Chicago, Colorado, Montreal, New England, New York Red Bulls, us, Toronto, and Vancouver.
A
Gotta
pile.
Yeah, it's 8 teams. You gotta be very careful with that.
All right, before we exit, let's just play a quick. I want to start doing this a little bit more because I think people might enjoy it. Let's start playing a name game. So I'm just gonna say a name, and you're gonna say yes or no, or I'm gonna say a name, and you can say somebody that you think might be better. So I need a yes, a no, or somebody better. How does it? And we'll do one goalie, one defender, one midfielder, and one forward. How does that sound?
All right.
Okay, so this is the new. We're gonna start doing this. I think this is gonna be fun. It's a name game. I don't know if any of you guys listen to fantasy football, but I totally stole that from that. So, anyway, not trying to take a design credit. Okay, so goalie name game. How about Melia from SKC? Because I know a lot of people might still have him left over from these double game weeks.
Yes, but they're not keeping clean sheets right now, which is a concern.
Okay.
But they do have a lot of home games, and they do play in week 13.
All right, and let's go to defenders, and let's go with Rosenberry.
Hell yes.
Okay.
This guy has faced Drogba and Dos Santos in the past week and made them both look bad. So, I mean, it's held his own.
All right. Let's go to midfielders, and let's go with Higuain from Columbus.
No. I'm avoiding that entire team until they actually do something worth noting.
All right. And how about a budget midfielder, or maybe not a budget, but close to a budget midfielder, Kevin Molino?
Yes. Yes, just I don't think Trinidad didn't make Copa, but either way, Molino is probably our most dangerous player who actually gives a damn about this team. So, he scored in 4 of his last 6, has a cheap price tag, and has a double game week in week 12.
All right. And now we'll go to forwards and Wondolowski.
No, because there are better options at his price point.
Okay. And for you said pick up the LA players. So what about McGee at 7.2?
He's not really going to start. He'd be a good option for when Dos Santos and Keane are at Euros. But if both of them are here, no.
All right. And last one, with the return and emergence of Drogba, what do you think about Aduro at 7.5?
If he starts, great. I actually don't know if he started the other day. I gotta check that. But yeah, you
Played 90 minutes versus Philadelphia.
all right, yeah, that's fine. He'll get assists with Drogba. He's probably the best of a bad bunch of like cheap strikers. Honestly.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, oh, I didn't even click back to Derek on that. I just had it on me. So sorry you had to see my face. But anyway, that's all we got. Thank you for your time. That's all for our time. And I hope you guys enjoyed the name game. Moving forward, if you would like to submit names for the name game, please do. And we'll be happy to include them. Peace out.